All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W Shooters and Prospectors. What is S&W Shooters and Prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chuck was shipshape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live. Truly. And maybe just a tad fashionably late. Only because I believe it was Barb I saw in the chat said, yeah, thought we'd see if you were on time. I don't know if she was talking about me and Chuck or someone else, but figured, we're here. We can wait a minute. Oh, and we'll get Chuck in here. We should be able to get Chuck in here. There he is.
How's it going, everybody?
Not bad, not bad. And this...
Crew's in here.
Yeah, this is a mouthful, too. Gold is currently at $3,368.30, while silver is at $33.16. That's a whole lot of threes. And at the rate it's going, I know they said we could see 3,500 by the end of the year. I think we'll see it by the end of spring.
That's a high possibility. And now we've got a volcano not far from Anchorage acting up. So keep an eye on that. I've been following that, and then Dennis got a hold of me. There were pictures of it blowing its top in 90, I think it was 91 or 92. And it's been active. It steams and belches a lot, but this time they're getting a lot of rumblings. They're getting a lot of seismic shakings going on. So
That could make things rather warm in July for you.
yeah, well, good. It all and it's not terribly far from Anchorage. It can be seen from the top of it. Can be seen from Anchorage if it's doing its thing. So,
And it's already blowing smoke then?
yep, not smoke,
Oh
just
boy.
a lot, mostly steam,
Oh, just grumbling.
just grumbling. Yeah, Dennis goes 80 miles. Dennis got
Wow.
old. Yeah, I've been watching it.
Old Pelon and Rich Kirkmeyer in the house.
Richard, how you doing, brother? Old Balon, we got Dad.
Barb,
Barb's in the house for sure.
Dennis, Barb, yeah.
He's already yapping about the problems with Naka and Andy O'Neill.
Oh, there are no problems with Nokta.
Emery, you're in the house.
Welcome aboard to Emory.
Yeah. So
Oh.
we'll see how all this shakes out.
And I mean, I don't know that they're listening now. They probably, because I'm not sure what the time difference is there or anything like that. But as you and the other followers of the show know, we get messages from people all over the world. All over the world, and some of them even drop into the chat. We've had them in here from the UK during a live show and things of that nature.
Yep.
And today was a first for me. Today I was messaging back and forth with a gentleman from Cuba. So welcome to our Cuban listeners.
I think the farthest I ever had was U.S. Samoa.
As far as a message,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, because I think you've gotten messages from Scotland before.
Yeah, I've gotten them from England and Scotland, but I think Samoa is further.
And I've gotten them from the Netherlands and Australia and
Oh, I've had the Aussies. Yeah. a couple times.
Dominican Republic, Costa Rica,
Yeah.
Russia, Germany. I mean, all over the place. And sometimes I'll get a message from somebody and I'm going, okay, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I follow U.S. geography, but sometimes I'll get a message from some out of the way place somewhere else in the world where I'm going, where in the world is that? But that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now Barb's on SCDD are at it again too. People have been screwed out of money by Candy. I'm not familiar with that one, Barb. Hey, by the way, did you get your package yet, Barb?
Well, she got a package. I don't know if it was that. Well, I know it wasn't that one that I'm talking about, but she did get a package. Apparently, maybe she was going through withdrawal or whatever. Her and Bub decided that they needed a playmate for Dixie. And now they've got a second dog.
Yep.
Little white powder puff looking thing.
Yep. That's cool. Oh, good, Barb. Good. You're welcome.
Oh, so she did get it.
Yep.
Well, hopefully she posts up about it.
So, hello, Randy.
Randy DeMario.
I'll have an extra chair for you, bro. I'll try and get a comfy one.
For
he's coming to the I&I hunt.
Oh, Randy is?
No. Richard.
Oh, Richard. Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be nice to have Randy come.
Actually, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. I saw where Richard had commented on the Swing Into Summer post in the I&I group saying that he had paid. So he will be in attendance.
Cool.
It's a nice birthday gift to himself.
Yeah, I have not been real much on Facebook. I did a little bit of live. We had chopper training again last night at the station. Dropped a chopper on the backside. That is actually a listed heliport there. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, and
we've used it. We've dropped them in there and hauled patients in and shipped them out by air right there. So,
yeah. And then on top of the other regular duties that go on with the firehouse.
We've been busy. Good God, that was full moon and it proved it. Good Lord, we ran a lot. Bang, 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 bang. So,
yep. Feast and famine.
Yep. That's the way it goes. So, and then a few days over at FDIC was good. You probably saw some stuff on that. And
I missed it because I was tied up myself. We were both busy Sunday.
Yeah. So that was good. We got a lot of work done with that. And now we have to make some decisions on which brand, some tools and that we're in replacing. How old? Wait, Barb, how old's that puppy? There you go.
Not very.
Mm.
Looked like maybe 10 weeks. Maybe not even that.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't, Randy. There was no time frame of opportunity for me to detect. And it really wasn't nice weather. We had
weather cooperating.
It was cold. And I mean cold. Heavy frost every night, daytime in the 40s and blowing. And so,
yeah.
No, we haven't got it yet, but that's on the docket, Richard. We're going after a boat, so I'll replace a boat. We got a older one. We're torn between putting out the money for a new one versus total refurb, refit, all that kind of stuff.
And maybe even an ATV.
Yeah, that's on the docket. That's coming, and we could have used her the other night. We had a remote area burning, but it was spreading out and behind houses, and that kept us busy for a few hours. So,
and yes, Randy, the area was safer, I do believe.
Oh, okay. Yes, it was. It was very nice. Very nice. A lady had taken that place and turned it into Airbnb and set it up very nicely, and yeah, neat place to stay, hot tub and pool and the whole thing. Although the pool was closed, the hot tub was working. It got used by one of the guys one evening. Went out in it. And next morning it was 29 degrees, but
yeah, I was going to say the way the weather was, it's a little cold for the pool.
Yeah.
A little windy too.
Yeah. Well, look who's in the house. Hello, Celeste. How you doing?
Wow. Hello, Celeste.
Right. Well, Bart's
welcome aboard.
He's gotten into them. We haven't gotten them here yet. We had frost last night again. So
right.
But we had it.
But yeah, it got down pretty cool here too, and thankfully today I think was the last of the physical therapy sessions. So tomorrow and Friday I got to push because I'm going to be dealing with firewood all day tomorrow and Friday. Boy, my back's going to love me.
Yep, I hit the wall this afternoon. I got up, was doing some stuff. Finally told Jill I'm going to go put my feet up for a while and relax. I haven't had a chance to do that for about 9 days. So she was transplanting flowers and digging up irises, and a girlfriend was picking them up. So I just stayed out of the way.
There you go.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Good.
I must have hit a wall yesterday too, because I kind of wandered off and snuck in a 45-minute power nap.
Nothing wrong with that. And Barb's mom's okay after a fall. That's good.
You got to tell her, quit doing that stuff, Barb.
Yeah. Not good. My asparagus is just starting up there, Dennis.
Oh boy.
That. So things are coming. It's slow. We're supposed to now the next couple of days is supposed to be up 70s and a little cool front coming through in the next week, 60s, 70s here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're finally on the tail end of things as far as the cold and the wind and all of that.
Right. At least we hope so. We can get out a little more.
Right. Fingers crossed.
Yep. I got to get out and keep my silver count up.
I got to get out and find a property marker for a guy.
There you go.
Which ought to be pretty easy. It'll be the first one that I've seen in this area like this, but this one's actually brass.
Yep.
So that shouldn't be hard at all to find.
Good. Barb's garden looks like she's coming along. Cool, Barb. Bok choy. Okay. Swiss chard. How many for the year, Randy? I'm up in the 40 range plus. But there's a reason for that I cannot divulge. Actually, if I took the whole total, it'd be 90.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can't talk about that. I know nothing.
So that was neat. Anyway.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. How many is Randy up to for the year?
Yeah.
How many is everyone else up to for the year?
Yes, it did. So, yes, it did, Dennis. But no, the ground is actually here, believe it or not, dry. We actually need some rain, and we're supposed to get it.
Well, I think you've got it coming.
Yep, tonight, tomorrow. Chance of storms in the afternoon, late. Well, actually, late after 6 tomorrow night.
Let's see here. Randy's got 18. Dennis has got 7. I think Marks is setting around 10.
Yeah. So, and that's good. Keep it rolling. I got some new customers with Manacores that are sending me pictures all the time, and they're doing pretty good. They're hitting.
Yeah, we like seeing it and hearing about it. Rich is on the board with 1 for the year already.
Zippity doo dah, LOL, Barb. There you go. You're digging, but you're just making holes and putting plants and seeds in.
Right.
Yep. She's busy this time of year.
Well, that's a good thing too, though. That's a good thing too.
Ooh. He's already got a couple halves. Nice. I got one Morgan already. That was included.
Couple of halves. Nice job.
Way to go.
And Phil's on the board with not a freaking one yet.
Nada. Okay.
That's all right. Keep trying. Your time's coming.
Hey, it's that time of year. Let's see your barbecue pictures too. Make us all hungry.
Yeah.
I did a steak. Big sirloin.
Yeah, 2 of them, I think.
Yeah. So
Mike Treckler did some ribs the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice drawback on them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Those looked like they were tasty.
That's good, Barb. She got about 50 at the seeded hunt and 2 grams of gold. Ooh,
Right.
RH has been smoking. Show it off, RH.
Yes, he has been. He's been busy.
Yep. I need to come over with you, Barks, but the planters are starting to run hard. They're starting to run hard.
Yeah.
There you go. Ribs for Easter. That's
Ribs for Easter.
I think I'm going to put a roast on a rolled roast on the grill.
We're having ham.
Nah, nothing wrong with having ham.
And speaking of Easter, I guess now's as good a time as any to tell everybody we won't be around Sunday night.
Right.
It's Easter. Go and enjoy the day.
Yes. Remember the reason.
Yes. But then we'll be back Wednesday again.
Yep. Ooh.
It certainly doesn't do any good for the analytics for the channel or anything, but sometimes it has to be done. And really, after everything I've got to do tomorrow and Friday, I may still be recuperating Sunday. I'm behind, and I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Orders must be pouring in, huh?
Well, they just about wiped me out, so we had to run for a trailer full the other day, and it was windy, so let's see, that was Monday. So I just parked it. We parked it, and where it sat is where it sits, and I haven't touched it since. So that's on the docket for tomorrow and Friday. Try to get that all built back up and get some things setting around for folks. That way, if they happen to message me Sunday, there's things in place where they can still get what they need.
Well, you're going to be busy, ORH. He's cooking for 30 people, doing up smash burgers. They're doing it on Friday for their family Easter, and he's got 1,000 Easter eggs to hide for the kids. Holy!
I hope they're plastic. Otherwise, I guess they just took out a mortgage on their home.
Okay, Emery's got a question. Does
Shoot.
anybody here make custom shadow / display cases? So there's a guy that every once in a while he's showing up to DTH that makes them. And if nobody does here, I'll try and get his card for you, Emery. I bought 2 cases from him. He makes a nice case.
Mm-hmm.
So so yeah, the Easter eggs don't hold up the writing more as well, RH.
Yeah. Neither do the bunnies that leave them.
Right. Okay, Dennis has got a name. Bill Wiberg.
Yeah.
Huh. And he's on
And
Facebook.
he's on Facebook.
There you go, Dennis. Good info.
There you go.
Yep. Yep. He wants to put the 19V nickels together. That's a good one.
Right?
Right.
Well, and I can't blame him there. Of course, those would even look good in a little Riker case.
Yep.
But I get it, yeah, definitely. When you can find a nice display case, they're definitely worth it.
Yep. Kevin, you're right. And the Sherman piece.
Yes. Now that one is definitely worthy of a custom display case.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did they get out and talk to you yet, Emery? Just curious.
I'm going to guess not yet.
I don't think so, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Randy's got their twin 3-year-old granddaughters, a Jeep, battery operated Jeep. They're going to drive around and pick up eggs. They'll probably, Randy, they'll probably run over Grandpa.
Well, and if they're plastic eggs and there's some coins hid in them, you may want to swing the yard after they're done in case they run over the eggs.
Emery says they did the phone interview. Waiting to hear back now. Yep. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. You have definitely got to keep us posted on that.
Yep. So that'd be get some pictures, post them up, man.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that one is a piece to be proud of for sure. And I think Emery said that this is his 4th year in the hobby.
Right.
And look at these finds he's making. He's just tearing it up.
He keeps Barks so busy with the camera, Barks can't go dig himself.
Right. It's a conspiracy.
Yes, it is. The two boys keep him running back and forth, and he can't find nothing.
Right. He ain't got any time to find it for himself because they're busy digging it up. He's got to wait for them to go home or whatever so he can go find a spot to dig.
Yep. So I'm hoping I'm going to get out for a little while tomorrow. I got a spot to go check out.
Ah.
Yeah, old farm site that's no longer there.
Well, the weather should be cooperative, hopefully.
Yeah.
I know Monday, before the sun was starting to set and the wind was picking up and the temperature started dropping fast, Monday afternoon, it was quite nice. It was definitely t-shirt weather.
Yeah. Wasn't quite that here.
Well, it wasn't either. It wasn't here either. Come about sunset.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, we parked that trailer of wood, and I didn't look up to see, but I heard the neighbor come out and get in his shed and get the push mower out, and he was struggling to get it started, and I thought, as much as that pain may amuse me, it's much too chilly and much too windy for me to watch how this plays out. I'm going in.
Yep.
So I did. I called it a night.
Richard said it was 85 in Nebraska. Oh,
holy cow.
Yeah. Barb's going to name the dog Vortex. You better get her a blue collar.
Well, it'll go good with the blue leash.
There you go.
But I mean, the leash and the collar both to be just about bigger than that dog is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a itty bitty thing. That's kind of like a pocket dog right now.
There you go.
I'll bet she could probably fit that in her pocket, or at the very least in her purse, maybe, or her pouch.
Yeah, a shield nickel, a fatty
Indian,
clay marble, and a mark. Cool. Oh, she's got a pink collar. Oh my. Pink. That's all right.
But the Vortex isn't pink. Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Maybe the dog won't realize it. All in a garden? Huh.
Oh,
They found all of that in a garden. That's,
that's been a garden a long time.
yeah.
Yep, Rich Coin Garden. She likes Shadow. Shadow's cool.
Yeah, that'd be all right, I guess. I know there were some names that were thrown at her the other night that she did not like at all. And I had to laugh because obviously Frank has got to get his 2 cents in and said that he thought D.A. Frank would be a great name for the dog.
Yeah.
I had to laugh at that one. That was good. I mean, you can't blame the guy for trying.
Nope.
Can't blame him for trying.
Nope, you can't. So we're hoping that everybody has a great Easter.
Yes.
Get out, see what you can find.
I'm going to find back pain.
Sunday. Be thankful.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody likes to sit and complain about what goes on in this country, but you know what? We got the best country in the world.
Yep.
I'm thankful for that every day. And no matter what, we got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's perfect. You know, sometimes you got to take the bad with the good, but we've still got it.
No, boy. Barks is going to be a lumberjack this weekend. Be careful, buddy.
You know what? I did that last weekend. It's no fun.
No.
It's a lot of work is what it is.
Yep.
But sometimes it must be done. Of course, I mean, we're out of heating season. Why is he being a lumberjack? Somebody got a tree that needs to be dealt with?
It's going to Mom's.
Oh. I see.
Put Clay up the ladder, so he's trimming.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if he's sending Clay up the ladder, is that because he's going to be on the ground running the camera?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Barb. We got to do for Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I see Bill says he still has 2 mulberries that have to come down, and it's a good possibility that not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, I've got to bring down another one.
Oh. I've got one topped out, I think.
Well, this one is needed to go for quite some time. It's growing up through a windmill.
Right. Happy Easter, Janet.
Ah, happy Easter to Janet.
Yes.
And Jack.
Yep.
Because I'm sure if Janet's there, Jack's in earshot, or Janet can always relay the message.
There you go.
He's been doing quite a bit of woodworking too. Digging Buddy in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, Digging Buddy. Everybody's kind of been busy. It's that springtime thing.
Yeah, exactly. The weather breaks and everybody's going, oh, I got to get caught up on things. I can't believe how many people are already mowing their yard.
Yeah, I was looking at mine today. Mine's up in clumps. It's not even. So,
Mine isn't either, and I'm not even close to thinking about mowing.
yeah, we'll just kind of wait it out after the rains and bring it all around even and
Yep,
look good.
yep. I mean, I hear them mowing, I see them mowing, and I'm going, hey, good for you, buddy.
Right.
It ain't time for me. I ain't doing that.
Yep.
Too early.
Yeah, the winter muscle's coming out of hibernation. I felt that after walking around FDIC and climbing and all kinds
Oh, yeah.
of some work when I got home and then fire calls and
Yep.
I wish people put their matches away for a while.
Yeah. Whatever it is that they're playing with, they can stop. They can cease and desist.
Yeah. And get their head into their driving. I could go on for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Of course, and I'll tell you, you say yours is kind of in clumps right now. It seems like it never fails. Once you finally give in and cut it for the first time, then the race is on.
Yep.
You know, now you're committed to cutting it on a regular schedule because now it's going to break out like wildfire. You
Maybe.
know, it'll grow fast.
Yep. Bob
And
Holy.
that's the other reason why I don't want to.
Bob's been mowing for a month.
Not me.
Mm.
I've been avoiding it for a month, and if I can, I'll try to avoid it for another month.
There you go.
I mean, but everybody has their, point of no return.
Yeah.
And once the grass is tall enough in the backyard that it's starting to grab at my feet or trip me up, that's it. I got to cut it.
RRH needs a carburetor for his mower. He's paying the neighbor kid to do it. Sell the mower and pay the kid. Go detector.
Or, I mean, have the kid help you set that mower up somewhere where you can get a good set of eyes on it. I know Ohio Relic Hunter can do that stuff.
Yep.
But then again, there is something to be said about the old saying, everybody else's car runs fine except for the mechanics because they're always too busy working on everyone else's.
Yep.
So
that is correct.
That's the way it goes.
Digging buddy, Kevin Barkley's been finding morels already.
Oh, those would have been nice with your steaks.
Yeah, and a neighbor found a couple of sheds, showed them to me. So I'm going to go out probably Sunday. It's supposed to be warm and raining and then a break, and maybe Sunday, Monday, I'll go take a looking for the grays.
Yeah, that ought to really make them sprout out. Yeah, I imagine Chuck's supply is probably flat depleted on that.
Yeah, they're gone. Got to get a good hot spot. Get myself out.
Yep.
Remember,
restock the inventory.
Yeah, we were out on a large brush timber fire the other day, and a couple guys come in, and I said, check for ticks. They looked at me, and I said, check for ticks.
Yes.
I said, yep, I got one crawling up my sleeve right now. And I said, check for ticks, guys. You've been out there. We've all been out in there, and you know what it's like. So check for it. So same thing goes when you're looking for morels and drops and all the rest of it.
Anytime you're out there in the brush, fighting a fire, mushroom hunting, detecting, playing lumberjack.
Put the gaiters on the pant legs and plenty of tick repellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Barks, he's getting the black mushrooms, the black morels now, black grays. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, they're to me, if you get grays and blacks, you can get bigger grays, but you get them this size, you get a good mess of them, they're better than
yeah, they got good flavor.
they got a good flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So
They can throw them in the frying pan, saute them a little bit with some butter.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Throw it over the top of a steak. But Jill's got a recipe that her family used for frying up morels. That pretty good stuff. And don't ask me what it is. She does it. I just eat them. Find them and eat them.
Yep. You just kind of, you're the quality control on it, huh? Yep. Those stays fine.
Yep. I just keep telling her to fill the plate up again and say more, and I'll let you know how I like them when I'm done.
Yep. There you go. Kind of like we do with Frankie. You just keep practicing.
That's right. That's right. So, ORH says he tore the carburetor off his mower. It's 100% plastic. Has to replace it. Ooh. Plastic.
Yep.
Wow.
Those things can be a pain, but unfortunately, that's the way some of them are anymore.
Barks, Jill blends up her own breading for him.
Ooh.
Nope. She makes up her own breading.
Truly homemade.
Yep.
Nice.
180 pounds of morels in one hunt. They must be down deeper in the south where they had all the rain.
Wow.
Whew.
That'd restock the freezer nicely.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be good for a year.
Yeah. You might even have to spread some of that around.
Yeah, and then have spares. I'll tell
Because
you,
I'm not.
guys, they set up over here on Route 30 and Route 84 on the bridge, big sign, morels for sale. And people are stopping when they're setting up. They sell a lot of morels, and the prices vary. But I see as high as 28 a pound, and they're selling. Hello, East. DDP's in the house.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Bob.
Yep.
See, they're all dropping in.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no link drop tonight. They just showed up.
Yeah. Yep. That's when we're in trouble if you and I don't show up and they do.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Yeah, usually I catch a little bit of flack for that.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it has to be done.
Now, y'all remember that Deus put a letter out there could be price increases.
Yes.
So that's due possibly to tariffs. But the EU, which France is part of, is negotiating those tariffs right now. So hopefully.
Right.
Yep.
But
that worked out.
Unfortunately.
But you know who's making out on this the best right now? I was listening to the news with supper tonight. Car dealers. They've got a rush on right now with new cars, and the used car markets went up and all this. So if they cut deals with Canada, Mexico, and everybody, they were talking about Ford and Chevy. Well, if Ford and Chevy would continue to build them in the U.S., we wouldn't have had that problem.
That's true.
All right. So we'll see what happens with all these tariff deals that are going on now.
Well, and unfortunately, it seems like there are many companies out there that any excuse is good enough to raise the prices, but they'll look for every excuse under the sun they can to keep them up there.
Right. Digging Buddy. Go to the DAS website. There's a teaser video about 10 seconds long, and then 10 points of improvement from the D3 over the D2, and it's coming out. But they start this stuff 6 months to 12 months in advance before it hits the market.
Yeah, I would say earliest possibility would be this summer, maybe as late as next summer.
One of my customers, a good friend out in New York, state of New York, contacted me on it because a buddy of his contacted him. They wanted information. We did some fishing. It is out there.
The video and the information, yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of information out there, but it is out there.
Well, Mark's
So,
talking about HVAC prices jumping, not because of tariffs, but refrigerant change from the R410 to R454.
yeah. Yeah, it does happen.
Right. So, yeah.
And
New detectors coming out from other companies, DAS, NACA, and
yeah.
the whole blurb on the NACA and not paying Andy O'Neill earlier. That's got nothing to do with the quality of the machine. But if they aren't paying him and they owe
Yeah.
it, you pony up.
Nokta has no problems. I'll put it that way.
Yep.
Sometimes, just because you see it on the internet doesn't mean that it's true.
That, yeah. Yeah. Let's put it this way. You sometimes have trouble finding the truth on the internet.
Yeah. Social media is a platform for everyone. That does not mean that everyone should use it.
And it's like starting that deal where you give a story to one person and go down to the
telephone
end of town and see how much it changed when it gets down there. So we'll have to see.
And sometimes you ain't got to go far before it's already changed drastically.
Yep.
It's sometimes it can be sad times that we're in.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, but keep up your detecting, guys. Show us your barbecue and what's going on, and we can chat about that too.
That's right.
Share it. Get out and get some mushrooms. Watch out for the ticks and other biters.
Yeah. And I see Randy says it took 10 years to make the D2. Well, and when when manufacturers release a unit, they've already been in R&D for at least 5 years. And when they release said unit, you can guarantee they've already been working on the next one for a few years by the point that they release the one that they're releasing.
Yep.
That's just business.
Yep. Hey, Phil, you just keep putting that foil on that coil. It'll work someday.
That was a good one.
That's right.
And that was just over a year ago that he did that.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I can say that with any certainty is because during that eclipse weekend, the wood carvers did the, I don't know, 30-foot tall Bigfoot monument here
Wow.
that same weekend, and he just celebrated his birthday. So our Bigfoot is still 30 feet tall and now 1 year old.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, they like to have fun with him. They put a huge Christmas hat on him, Santa's hat for Christmas.
Right.
And we had some high winds that blew that thing off. I'd have hated to have been the guy that had to go chase that down because it had to have been the size of a tent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if that had landed on someone's house, it'd been pretty comical. But I guess to celebrate his 1 year birthday, they had a big birthday sash on him. And we were going to try to go over and get pictures, but we did not. I mean, I do have pictures up on Facebook with him in the Santa hat.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And to put that in perspective, if anybody has seen those photos, I mean, that was all carved with chainsaws. And it looks like he's playing with a toy tractor. That is a real antique tractor.
Wow.
So that just gives you a little bit for scale. Imagine the size of a tractor, and it looks like a toy in his hand.
Right.
That's a big project. But it's kind of neat. And I guess the reason why they did that is because Ohio is ranked in the top 5 states for Bigfoot sightings. I'm not sure how that happens. And it almost kind of makes me wonder where we are in the states for UFO sightings then. But comically enough, we were beat out by the state of Florida for Bigfoot sightings.
They got things in that swamp, you know.
Right? And I would have thought the majority of the, say, the top 5 or top 10 states would have been in the Pacific Northwest geographic region. But that just goes to show you sometimes I shouldn't think about it because apparently there are days I'm no good at it.
Yep. Well,
it was interesting though. 5 Mile Relic Hunter in.
Yeah, we got it. How's it going, 5 Mile? There we go. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on some stuff. And Naka is still going to give us a surprise at our hunt.
Oh, it's going to be a surprise, all right.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be good.
I think. Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
Well, buddy, I'm going to get out of here and go relax a little more tonight. So far, the tones haven't dropped. I think the full moon's all over.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
And hopefully Easter weekend is a nice, quiet weekend for you guys as well.
Yeah. Job security on full moons. My God, that stirs them up.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they may think there's no correlation with that stuff, but I'm telling you, if you've ever worked in the emergency services or retail, you know there's a correlation.
Talk to bus drivers, school bus drivers. So,
oh yeah.
Happy Easter to everybody. Celeste, take care of kiddo. Richard, Randy, Pat, 5 Mile. So you got a hunt coming up in Meridian.
Oh, that's right. Yep, Meridian Hunt's coming up.
ORH is going to do a deep fried ham on Easter. What's up with that? Hey, dig it, buddy. Have a good one. Phil.
Wow.
Well, we got to find a bucket lister this weekend. Phil says so. We're going to do that. Take care.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway. Some of them can try, and hopefully they succeed.
I hope so. Hope we all do.
Right?
Good friend. Thanks.
We'll see you, Chuck. Happy Easter to you and Jill and Travis.
You and Tam and everybody. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
All right. For everyone else, I think that's going to wrap it up because there just is not enough time in the day. I don't know what is going on lately. Trying to get caught up on things, so I've got some things that I've still got to deal with yet tonight. And then tomorrow and Friday, it looks like I'm out most of the day trying to deal with wood. So my back's going to love me, but we'll see what happens. For everyone else, if you enjoyed the show, make sure and hit that like on the way out. You can follow us here on YouTube, the Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, the wonderful podcast distribution services. If that's your particular poison of choice. Either way, join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you, but we're glad you joined us here tonight. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We're out of here. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.